Community land trust means that the community here actually will own the freehold of that land, and they will have the opportunity of administering it, the freehold, and have a say in how it's developed.
Right, we're going to start in a minute.
Yeah,
Okay, good.
I'm Christine Wright, I'm Director for the CLT, and I'm helping to get this project underway with all the community getting involved as much as possible. We like to hold out our hands to people and say, come and join us, be part of the community and be in unity with the community. And that way we all live together happily.
Morning. Thank you very much for coming. We are taking a load of we've got a load of plastic pots here. We have a load of small whips, small trees. So these are all productive plants and productive trees. I don't know if you know this, but on this scheme here, which includes the allotments at the back there, there are already a lot of fruiting and flowering trees, and when it was in use as an allotment 20, 30 years ago, there were a lot of apples. And so as part of the regeneration of the site, we're planting a lot of these trees, and they're all going to be productive. So it's nuts, fruit, rhubarb, gooseberries, anything that you can eat, including sloes for sloe gin, which is what it's going to be the first plant. Is that right? There we go. It's the first one potted up, which is a sloe, blackthorn. So we'll invite you all, if it's all right, to come and plant one. We've got a big bucket of compost, humus, and we've got loads of trees, loads of, so you can come and have a go, plant one in, and these are going to get kept, and then once we've got some topsoil on the site, we can plant them out. Yeah, there you are. You can write a message for the tree on the bit of plastic, which will go into the pot, or you can write your name and have it forever associated with that tree. How about that? For posterity. Thank you all for coming anyway. Enjoy getting your hands dirty. Do you come often?
Why are you here, Ray? Give everybody support.
My name's Julie Wickham and I'm from Stroud Valley's project, and we've been talking to Markey Construction and Premier Kitchens about working with them, and they invited me to come along today, so I'm just trying to help out wherever I can.
Barrie Pearce, Chairman of the Parish Council,
yeah,
and I'm here to help plant some trees to ensure the greenness of this site. It's interesting, it's coming along and there's some nice bits to it, and I look forward to seeing it finish.
Because I've lived in Cassius Green about 20 odd years, and of course it's been empty, and over the years I photographed it and so on, and I was very interested in there being something about the history and so on that would be visible to people. So myself and a local photographer, Ruth Davey, have got together and we are going to create a book which will be showing the development of this whole site. So from the beginning it will be history from local people talking about their relationship to the hospital, and lots of people worked here and it was held dear in people's hearts. And then we've done lots of pictures of the development, so the taking down of the old buildings and the, creating the new. So we're still taking pictures of this.
Well, the Art of Applewood is a really exciting arts project that Lise Parker and I are coordinating. And it's basically documenting through photography the whole demolition of the site, the rebuild. But what we're going to be doing is running some workshops, some photography workshops and some art workshops that are going to be land-based, site-specific, land-based. So bringing people onto the site to look again at the site, to see it with new eyes. And Lise will be running the workshops where we're going to be using the raw materials from the site to create some site-specific pieces of art. And all of that's going to be documented, and it's going to be put in a book called The Art of Applewood.
I suppose around the hospital there are things like the many wonderful times that people had on the lawn here. There was a lawn and people used to come for fetes and they used to come for events, and there's a lot of people locally who remember that. The other thing someone told me I remember was that the Randwick WAP used to have a fantastic parade which used to come all the way down to the hospital. There was a butcher's shop in Cassius Green, there was a sweet shop in Cassius Green, so there are things like that which have come out of some of our oral history investigations. And if there are people who have stories to tell, of course, come and tell them.
My name is Sarah Button. I'm the Community Development Manager with Markey Construction.
Great, and what's going on today?
Today we're having a tree planting event. The Woodland Trust kindly donated 100 trees, fruit and nut trees, to the Community Land Trust, which is the sort of community organization that will eventually take charge of managing all of the common spaces on this site. So they've given them 100 fruit trees, and so we're having a community event today to take those little whips and plant them in pots so that we can keep them safe over the summer until the final landscaping is put in place on this project site. So my role is basically taking charge of community development, and on this site we've taken that to mean both the community of neighbours and surrounding areas, but also the community of builders. You know, there's going to be hundreds and hundreds of people involved with putting this project together, from labourers to framers to ground workers guys, up through to the architects and engineers who've done the actual designs. So what we're trying to do from a building perspective and from a sustainability perspective is make sure that that sustainability agenda is really owned by everyone on the project. Everybody goes away from this job feeling like they've learned a little something, or maybe they've changed their working practices a little bit to become a little bit more sustainable. So my job is working both with the guys on site and with the surrounding area. So things like local employment with the college, things like site visits for local schools and colleges as well, safety presentations for primary schools, all those sorts of things. It's really a broad and varied remit, and it's a lot of fun.
I'm from Sheffield. I'm just about to finish my degree in structural and civil engineering, and I'm really, my dissertation is on self-building, co-housing and eco-housing. So I'm here to kind of see what's happening here and how the community will come together in a project like this, because in the UK I think when people come together to build housing, it's all about building the community, and compared to bigger projects that are happening in Europe, they don't really seem to have the community spirit, so that's why Britain's so kind of unique.
Okay, well, I'm Max Comfort, hello. I'm chair of GLP, that's Gloucestershire Land for People, which is an umbrella community land trust. And it set up, or helped to set up, this local community land trust here at Cashes Green. We have 78 homes on the old hospital site in Cashes Green. Half of them are affordable, that's to say either for rent or for part purchase, and the rest are on the open market. And the local people are very involved. There's a community land trust, as I said, and they're working to acquire the freehold of the site. They look after it in perpetuity. That's what community land trusts do. They look after assets for the community.
Hi, Mike Roberts. I'm from Hab Housing, who are the joint developers with Green Square Housing Group. I think the hospital was closed for about 15 years before we got building here, so we're about halfway through the construction period here now. So we're going to be finished in total in about March of next year. And yes, we'll have people moving in from late summer onwards. Yeah, we're building to Code 4, which, if anybody knows what that means, is a pretty good standard. It's fabric first, so that means very airtight, highly insulated homes.
Hi, I'm Dalton, contracts manager for Markey Construction. We're the main developers on site. I'm making sure that we meet all our programmes and designs obviously for the site. It's a project that we're very proud to be involved with. It's on our doorstep. We're actually only based Junction 12 off the M5, so we're only 12 miles from head office here. So it's a really great opportunity, and we're very proud to be involved with a project that's so close to home. That's quite, high profile, and obviously all the accreditation it has for redevelopment and so forth. So no, really proud.
Yeah, so when we took on the site, one of the government agencies had been dealing with it, and they're our partners in the scheme. They told us that nobody was interested in existing buildings on the site. But we always go and talk to the local communities ourselves, and we found that there was great fondness for the hospital. We couldn't keep all of the buildings. They were low-rise and inappropriate for residential and in poor condition. But we did keep two important buildings, which are the nurses' home and the lodge, and it keeps the memory and the story of the Cashes Green Hospital alive and takes it on into the future.
Brilliant. That's really important, because the hospital site is at the heart of the community. And as Mike says, it's been derelict for 15 years. And so there's a huge expectation on this site that this is going to become the heart again. And also bring together two halves of the community. There's a feeling with some people that there's an east side and a west side. So the hope is that this development will bring people together.
Fantastic. So, is that true?
This spot was where our clinic was, I think.
Wow.
Time I only lived
one road up, so I could walk down with my big case and do the clinic here and walk back home again. It was a very small room, as I remember.
Yeah.
Very busy. There was an OT one side and the orthotist who did the footwear on the other side.
Goodness.
And we were in the newish bit at this end, away from the old hospital.
Lived in Cassius Green all our lives, haven't we?
Yes, that's why.
Yeah. And I worked in Cassius Green Hospital for 13.5 years as an auxiliary nurse. There was a young gentleman that had fallen from top to bottom of a double-decker bus in London. He broke his neck, and he was such a nice man. He was only about 40, very young, couldn't move, paralysed completely. So anyway, they started physio in his hands, and I took a shine to him. My husband and I used to take him. We asked permission if we could take him out because he liked Guinness, and I like a Guinness. We only had a little Morris Minor car, but somehow or another we used to manage to get him into this little car and take him just around and go to the Prince of Wales, get him his Guinness and bring him back, make a report of what we'd done. But I also used to physio his hands because he wanted to pick up a cat. So in my spare time, instead of going home, I'd spend doing his hands. Anyway, one day I came into work, and Matron Stevens, she said to me, "I want to see you, Mrs. Trimbell, when you've got your uniform on." We walked up to this man's bed, Mr. Clark's bed, and he sat there. And they put this feeder cap, and he actually picked the feeder cap up and fed himself. I said to him, "How long have you been doing that?" And he said, "About 6 weeks, but I didn't tell you." Anyway, consequently, after a little while, he got moved and was put on pavilion ward. And then he eventually died. And they left me £100 in his will. And I said, I can't take that. So I actually put it back into the hospital. So the hospital site had meant a lot to me.
One of the board of directors for CLT.
Okay. How many teas have you made today?
Hundreds, I think.
Yeah, it seems like it. I should imagine.
Wow.
Shouldn't it?
God, now where do I begin?
So this day was all about involving the community in what we were doing here in Cassius Green, redeveloping the hospital and just making everything as clear as we can to the people that come along. It's been a really good day so far. It's been nice to see so many people turn up and have fun.
Partly because it's a great event for the community, but also we've got our names down to rent one of the houses. So we're on the list, and we should find out in the next couple of months whether we might be on the short list to rent one of the houses when they're built.
My name's Gary Snider. I'm with 50 Cycles. What we're doing here is this is the initial kickoff for the bike share bike rental program that's being introduced for Cassius Green or for Applewood.
Hi everyone.
Yes.
Get on the bike. It's pretty good. ID for him before he rides away.
The intent is to supply a minimum of 2 bikes. These are 2 electric bikes that will have a built-in management system as well. So the bikes themselves will have are electric. They'll go on average of 60 miles in a single charge. They'll be the charging point will be here within Applewood. They'll be solar powered as well that will charge them. The bikes also have a built-in computer system which allows for total security. So any individual that registers for the system will merely use their phone, their smartphone or ordinary phone, by send a text message to the bike itself. Just say the bike number and your PIN number. You then will unlock the bike. You store the chain built into it, and you can go off and ride, secure it any place you want to, and continue on.
Fabulous. Actually, really fabulous. I rode all the way up Hunter's Way,
yes,
and didn't have to get off once. And it goes woof like this. It takes off 50 miles an hour from a standing start, and
Whoa. That's fantastic.
Anybody in Cassius Green can come along, be members and join, and experience the Panasonic bikes.
The car, is that,
well, we are
not
still looking at the market on the car. That's why we have the electric car here today, demonstrating. And hopefully, yes, we could go for the electric car as well, depending how the CLT do. But that's why we're always looking for new membership, new ideas, enthusiasm, people to join.
Thank you. That's
50-mile range, £4.50 an hour. It's a bit of fun.
This is a car club.
Yeah.
Which we're hoping to operate on the site here for HAB.
Right.
And yeah, you can book pay as you go car hire. This is an electric car which does 50 miles range.
I'll tell you what's special about Stroud. First of all, it's in the West Country where I live, so I like that.
That's good.
It's beautiful. It's an extraordinary setting. Historically, hugely interesting in terms of the Industrial Revolution. So it has kind of all this resonance about it, geographical and historical. And we're building here. We're building here really partly because there is also a very strong cultural identity to Stroud, which is to do with its readiness to absorb and to accept new ideas. And it's unusual in Britain, isn't it? There aren't that many places in Britain where you can go, and not that many towns or places where people embrace the new, embrace the alternative, are prepared to be excited by change, and Stroud happens to be one of those places. It's a very vital place.
We're hoping to have the show homes open at the end of June, and I believe the first move-ins will be happening not long after that. So phase 1, which is along Cassius Green Road there, I think should be ready for move-in around the same time. So it looks like there's a ways to go, but trust me, it goes fast.
Well, so if somebody was interested in purchasing or renting, how would they go about that?
They could go on the Habocus website, which is www.habocus.co.uk, and they can find out how to express interest both in the for sales homes but also in the affordable homes. And we're very, very keen that we get lots of applications for the affordable homes from local people. This is a scheme that's very much been developed with the local community in mind, and it's important that people do register on the system.
How did it go today?
Oh, great.
Good.
Lots of smiles, lots of happiness, lots of fun, you know, and it hasn't rained. And I think lots of children, that was the best bit.
Yeah.